You don't win this game without Chloe Kitts. She was instrumental to this game. She was the it factor, and I think she knew it too. Her buckets were falling early. She scored the first 4 points of this contest. She had 8 points in the first half, and then she exploded in the second half. Knott's referencing edge rusher Jaden Bryant there, who will probably make a big impact in this game tonight. He already has 8 sacks through this season, and he's ranked in the top 10 at his position in the class of 27. Facing Kentucky for the second time this week, just what did you feel like the biggest difference between these two games was?
We got what we wanted.
Rory does always kind of struggle here. I mean, this is obviously his vice, the Masters, but didn't expect him to really shoot even yesterday.
You get that physical part back, but I think what I'm going to be most interested to see is if their mental can keep up with the Gamecocks, because this is something that South Carolina does every single year. They're expecting to get this far.
High expectations for Lenora Sellers. He honestly really wasn't the storyline of this game. He played well, but I feel like so many other names really stood up and stood out in this game.
Your program is synonymous with winning. How do you ensure that your team each year keeps that tradition going?
Again, it was already ingrained before I got here.
Looking at what has been built here in South Carolina, do you just see more and more interest in the sport every single year?
Definitely. Definitely.
Dawn Staley unlocked another career milestone over the weekend, her 500th win at South Carolina. The Gamecocks took down LSU Saturday night, extending their win streak to 18 against the Tigers. It's hard to believe that this particular matchup was a 4-point game just 5 days ago in Lexington, because South Carolina pretty much dominates this matchup from start to finish, and now they get to move on to the SEC tournament semifinal for a 7th straight year.
I get them back to back in the same week. Now make that make sense.
Well, Texas head coach Vic Schaefer is not very happy with the SEC scheduling department. Schaefer's Longhorns lost their first game of the season Sunday night at LSU, and they now have to travel here to Columbia to play newly second-ranked South Carolina this Thursday. Welcome back to Chasing a Championship. Now, we've got a really interesting story here for you guys. I don't know if anybody's into numerology, but we've got a story on the number 4. 4 can mean strength, power, discipline, among many things. But with this final 4, the number 4 is connected to the Gamecocks in mysterious ways. It all starts with the final 4. South Carolina will face Texas for the 4th time this season.
I mean, it's weird, yeah. Like, it doesn't really happen a lot, to be honest. You know, both teams know each other so well. It's to the point where it's all about those extra efforts that you can't scout. But yeah, that's it.
The Gamecocks have had 4 different leading scorers throughout their 4 NCAA tournament games. In the Birmingham Regional, the Gamecocks trailed Maryland and Duke entering the 4th quarter. They won each of those games by 4 points. The final 4 will be played on April 4th, the 4th month of the year.
Honestly, this is the first time I'm hearing it, because you said that, but I'm going to take it in a good way. Like, God is throwing signs to us. That's how I take it.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought about it like that, but wow, once you see all that, I mean, it's definitely a great sign. I'm not a superstitious person, but my team is, so I feel like I'm kind of getting a little more superstitious.
Sanaya Fagan is one of 3 Gamecocks playing in their 4th straight Final 4. She is a true believer in the number. So I don't know if you're into numbers like that, but when that number is popping up, that's really weird. Show me that again. So obviously that means something to you. So what does the number 4 mean to you?
Just to know that, to always have faith and understand that everything's going to come back good. We're grateful. We understand like what it takes to get here. It's amazing to be here, and for it to be my 4th one, is like, it feels really good.
Fagan got that tattoo in the last year after USC won the national championship in Cleveland. With a win over Texas, the Gamecocks will play for their 4th national championship title this Sunday. Now, I'm glad Rick was standing there with me, because I don't know if I came back to you guys with that story of the tattoo on her hand. I don't know if you would believe me. I was shocked. But it was amazing. She was the last player I spoke to in the locker room today. I felt compelled to talk to her about this, and that's what came of it.
And that was crazy, because you had a choice between several players to talk to as media time was winding down, and you chose Sanaya. Then you came back in the media room, and I'm like, Julia, guess what? May 4th is Coach Dawn Staley's birthday.
And that's just wrapping it all up. They play tomorrow on April 4th. Think of the number 4. It's all about the 4. Put your 4s up. Put your 4s up.
Oh. Nice.
It's one of the world's oldest team sports.
You're taking a 40-pound stone and you're pushing it down slippery ice.
and trying to hit a target. If you've ever played something like bocce or shuffleboard, you're just trying to get closest to the center. Hard, sweep, sweep!
And every 4 years, people want to know all about it.
It's kind of the, the Super Bowl for curling.
People watch it on TV, get excited, and they wonder, could I do that?
You can, and right here in South Carolina. Charleston Curling Club is one of 2 groups in the Palmetto State. They've been teaching the Low Country how to play the roaring game since 2017.
Push with this leg.
The club hosts Learn to Curl events throughout the year. You learn the foundations, and then you try it out yourself.
So you can start off just having fun, trying to get it down to the house. And then as it goes on, it's almost like billiards or even chess, building up the different ends, as we call them, to try to get that right angle so that the last shot is perfect.
But it's more than a mental game.
We get folks out here to learn to curl for the first time, and they're sweeping and out of breath, as soon as they're done sweeping for the first time. And so you realize it is a lot more physical.
You start with the basics.
Very good.
Throwing the stone.
Sweep! Hard, hard!
Sweeping and delivering the stone from the starting block, or the hack.
There you go. Awesome.
I got it.
And once you have the hang of it, it's time to put it all together.
I can see easily a 3-fold increase in interest already, and we haven't even started the real ramp up of the Olympics. We, for that, have expanded the number of trainers that'll be here at our Learn to Curls, so we can open up more slots and introduce more people to the sport.
The club welcomes the curious beginner and the veteran curler.
There's always more to learn. There's always new rules to learn about. And so, I don't think you ever, even for the Olympians, I don't think there's ever, kind of perfection. There's always more to learn.
Nice. Woo. Well done.